Focus to the auto space and what comes as a major boost to India's electric vehicle push. So Toyota and Suzuki have signed a memorandum of understanding to produce electric vehicles in India as soon as 2020. Now, in a statement released by the company, Suzuki will produce electric vehicles for the Indian market, while Toyota will provide technical support. Ronojoy Banerjee is here with all the details. Ron, what are you picking up?
Well, essentially what the statement and what the announcement today has said is that Suzuki and Toyota will jointly develop and design electric cars, and the first set of cars will hit the Indian roads somewhere around the year 2020. And what we know is that these cars will be manufactured in one of the Maruti Suzuki's facilities. But I think what is the most distinctive feature of this alliance, Arib, is the fact that these guys are not just going to launch a electric car or a few electric cars, but they are willing and they're coming into India. And the focus is to create the entire electric vehicle ecosystem. Look at some of the commitments that the statement has, commitment that the two companies have made. As per the statement, they will be investing in the back-end infrastructure. They will be investing in charging stations, to the point that they'll also be figuring out ways and means to dispose of old batteries. Apart from that, the alliance is very clear that they will be focusing and they will be sourcing all the parts locally, which I think is very, very important, because oftentimes many of the cars, many of the electric cars that are likely to be launched in India over the next year, 2 years, many of them will have a high content of components that will be sourced outside of India. In this case, the thinking is very clear. They need to ramp up local content, and that is why expect a lot of money being invested by Suzuki in again sort of ensuring that the local suppliers have the wherewithal to supply these critical components to this alliance. Already Suzuki earlier this year had announced setting up of the lithium-ion battery plant. So that for me is the big takeaway. The distinctive feature is Suzuki is not just going to launch another car, but they're going to create the ecosystem. And as R.C. Bhargav, Maruti chairman, had said in the quarterly numbers about a few weeks ago, that even with an electric vehicle sort of revolution, or call it what you want, Maruti will maintain its leadership position. With this statement, one realizes that how Maruti will go about doing just that.
Right, Ron. Thanks so much for joining us with the latest from there. But talking of electric cars,